Definitely, I would start with Origins if you're gonna do the open world modern ones. You're gonna be busy for a while because it has DLCs and it has. I mean, Odyssey is my most favorite as the best because you're in Greece. And the thing with Assassin's Creed, guys, if you've never played Assassin's Creed, they add a lot of historical people from the past in it, and they give you a history essence of who those people were. And they're, even though their stories are not really truly involved in the Assassin's Creed stories franchise, but they added them in there, you know, to make it, to put it more interesting. You could see all historical areas. If you can't travel, I'll tell you, they'll take you there. You can see all historical areas. They'll show you areas where there's a history there. They'll show you areas where statues still stand till today. All historical things. Yeah, well, you're gonna get a lot out of that one when it comes to Egypt, because in Assassin's Creed game, they get as close, they do their research, they do it as close as possible to the origins of the land and stuff like that. So when you see the lands and whatnot, it's basically almost as near a duplicate of how it used to look in ancient times. So they're taking you back into ancient times, is how the story began from the modern Assassin's Creed, what we're all used to when they first came out. In the newer games, they want to take you back to how it all began, you know, the story, how it all began. And a lot of people didn't like that, you know, they wanted still play, you know, like the other routes and all that. But people don't seem to understand, and in different time frames, games are going to evolve. They're going to be more different. They're going to, you know, we have to adjust to the changes of the game era. You know, we went from 2D to 3D. We went from 3D platform to console graphics, engines. I mean, a lot of changes and stuff like that. But if you you could always go back to the other ones if you want and all that, but if you want to keep busy and you want to see the old open world aspect, I will start with Origins, because like I said, there is a connection with these games. Yes, they evolved through the years. There's a connection in these games, and you will have more of an understanding, and there's a bit of surprise in Odyssey from things that you've learned in Origins. And once you've done with Origins, you will recognize in Odyssey the connection. And in Odyssey will reveal the connection also within Valhalla and Origins. There is a connection. You're going to remember characters from that onto the others. And I'm not giving spoilers or anything, but I'm just implementing how the connection is. All right, it's not a whole separate. Each area you're in, you're going to Egypt, you're going to Greece, you're going to, you saw Lucky when I was playing Valhalla, we went from Norway to England back in those times. You know, we discussed how you weren't far away from those Stonehenges and all that stuff. They're all connections with these games, and they're historical people that you will learn also that they added in the game. Like I said, there's stories, there's historical lores and all that, the stories of certain things and the Vikings and all. They add that in there so you can learn something and all that, but they're not related to the actual Assassin's Creed story and all that, but they put it in there to, because the areas that you're playing the game in have historical legendary stories of its own, and they wanted to combine that. And that's what makes Assassin's Creed very interesting. Not just the Lord of the franchise about the assassins and the fight with the against the Templars or anything like that, but they also threw in historical places of their past, of the past and stuff like that. Statues, caves. I mean, I never knew Greece had so many caves and so many beautiful islands, and I mean, it goes on, like the Tomb Raider games, making them more open world. Well, I wish they make Tomb Raider more open world. Like I said, it's open, but only open because of the quest you're on. You can't just roam freely just anywhere. You have to stay in the areas of where your story and quests pertain to, you know. You can't just go here and go there whenever you want. You have to follow through. The same thing like other games like The Last of Us. I hate being trapped in just one area and I can't go, you know, freely. But if they would open Tomb Raider and do like this, open where you can just go to any tomb you want. It does. You can do a main story, but you can do quests and go wherever you want. Feel free and all that. Not being trapped that you have to do everything in that area because you're within that area. And once you're done and bypass that, you move on to a next area and you can't go back. You know, a lot of people sometimes miss something and are like, oh, I wish I could go back, and you can't go back, you know. Here you can go back and visit areas and whatnot and see if you miss something and stuff like that at any time. That's the freedom of roaming. That's the freedom of open world.
She's like a cat with a
Other
gold
stuff is not
coin.
open world.
She has no idea what she carries.
Yep, you're restricted, and I like opening Tomb Raider game would suit it better. Yes, because it's you
What are you doing?
say they take us to a land, we get to roam and look at it how it looked
It
like
will be
because
safe.
it's
Sakai.
it's amazing how a game
You will be
makes
safe
it so
around
close to how things just look like a thing. Is if you're a person that can't travel and whatnot, the games will take you there. Whoa. Right now, we're in Japan, and there's some historical people in here they added, and some are not. And we're seeing it how it used to be before it became cities and all kinds of other
This
stuff.
is not for you.
And the animals, you
That
see
is
what kind of
correct.
animals they have, the
It is
lures,
for me.
all kinds of stuff. Hoodlums. That's what they look like to me. He crazy.
Fujibayashi Nagato. The Kakoshiba ends with you. Put them out of their misery. Your life's work is undone tonight.
No! Let them suffer. Let them die in pain.
Fine. We have what we came for.
He said that because he got his ear cut off.
coming!
Graphics are amazing. Exactly. Let Lara Croft find things that actually was in the past that no one has discovered. Have her find it, you know, even though we hear stories and legends about those things. But in a game, to find that things is exciting, you know? I think Lady will like this one. She likes where winds meet and all that. I think she'll like this. Watching and playing is a whole different feel, you know?
No. I kept too much from you.
It's not frustrating like the other open world MMO type games.
It dies with me.
Like that.
Don't fry your brain as much.
There is hope. Follow the blade.
Stuart!
Yes, and it was more open. It was a little more open than what we were used to in the classics. It's like the new beginning of opening up. We were restricted, but it was a little more, you know, like, oh, we got a little more movement, more 3D, more realism. All we need is more opened and like this, and it's like, whee! Fantastic. It'd be fantastic. These characters look so real, man. Graphics are amazing. If you guys don't know what SᕼᗪᗪOᗯ means, that's her father. His father. Well, they needed to start somewhere. That's what I always say. I mean, in the classic games, you just Lara Croft and you go on your adventure and just go get artifacts and all that. The newer ones were more in depth and details of who she is, why she ended up where she is, and so on. The stories are different, but in the reboot, they wanted to give you more realism to it. And it didn't bother me none. But I'm glad they fixed the coloring of the first one, because the other first that came out was looking kind of a little pale.
You... have to get back. What is this place? How did I get here? Stuart.
They're working on another one too, so see where they're bringing us next.
Morning, Stuart.